जय गौरनिताय 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 श्री श्री गौरनिताय। जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 प्रभुपाद। जय हय चरणारविंद भक्त वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत श्री श्रीमद् भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी महाराज श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। नामाचार्य श्रील हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। षट गोस्वामी प्रभुगण की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवत पुराण की जय। श्री गुरु और गौरांग की जय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवत्युत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। Hare Krishna, we are reading from Canto 1, Chapter 4 and verse number 14. On the occasion of special appearance day of Srila Dvaipayana Vyasdev and also the disappearance of Sanatana Goswami. So, Suta Uvacha Dvapare Samanuprapte तृतीये युगपर्यये जातः पराशराद्योगी वासव्यां कलया हरेः। सूत उवाच द्वापरे समनुप्राप्ते तृतीये युगपर्यये जातः पराशरद्योगी वासव्यां कलया हरेः। सूत उवाच द्वापरे समनुप्राप्ते तृतीये युगपर्यये जातः पराशराद्योगी वासव्यां कलया हरेः। Vasapyam Kalaya Hare. Sutaha Suta Goswami Uvacha said, Dvapare, in the second millennium, Samanuprapte, on the advent of Tritiye, third Yuga, millennium, Paryaye, in the place of Jataha, was begotten, Parasharad, by Parashara, Yogi, the great sage, Vasavyam, in the womb of the daughter of Vasu, Kalaya, in the plenary portion, Harehe, of the personality of Godhead. Srila Suta Goswami said, translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. Suta Goswami said, when the second millennium overlapped the third, the great sage Vyasadeva was born to Parashara in the womb of Satyavati, the daughter of Vasu. There is a chronological order of the four millenniums, namely Satya, Dwapara, Treta, and Kali. But sometimes there is overlapping. During the regime of Vaivasvata Manu, there was overlap of 28th round of the four millenniums, and the third millennium appeared prior to the second. In that particular millennium, Lord Sri Krishna also descends, and because of this, there was some particular alteration. The mother of the great sage was Satyavati, the daughter of Vasu, fisherman, and the father was great Parashara Muni. That is the history of Vyasadev's birth. Every millennium is divided into 3 periods, and each period is called Sandhya. Vyasadev appeared in the third Sandhya of that particular age. Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Varijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamsha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratvishe Namaha. Shri Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. With the blessings of their Lordship, Shri Radha Nilmadhav, Shri Gaunitai, and all the Acharyas, Srila Prabhupada, and all the assembled Vaishnavas, and all my superiors. I would like to seek their blessings and discuss on today's Srimad Bhagavatam. So, and I would like to welcome also all the devotees. So, actually, today is a very auspicious day on the occasion of Vyasa Purnima. So, this Guru Purnima is also called as Vyasa Purnima. Actually, this is the day, especially all the Mayavadi sects, actually they all offer their worship to their Guru on this day. So once Srila Prabhupada was asked, because the devotees were actually celebrating Guru Purnima on this day, and the devotees, when they were celebrating, they had not actually asked prayer to Prabhupada. Prabhupada said, it's all right that all of you are doing kirtan, and it is, but usually this is a tradition in Mayavad Sampradayas. They offer worship on this day, but in Vaishnava Sampradayas, they offer worship on the appearance day of the Guru. So in that sense, so for Prabhupada or for any other gurus in Vaishnava Sampradaya, we do actually offer that respect and worship on the particular day of their appearance. So that we usually celebrate as Vyasa Puja. So Vyasa is the name of, actually it refers to, in original, it was actually referred to Krishna Dvaipayana Vyas, but actually Vyasa is actually the term for Guru. So Vyasa Puja, like that we do celebrate. And but Guru Purnima or Vyasa Purnima is also being, so it is because every day actually we are worshipping Guru. As soon as we get up, even before worshipping the Lord, actually we are worshipping Guru when we are offering Samsara Dava prayers. And that is especially in generic to any Guru. So that's how we are beginning our day. And also we have special Guru Puja. That is also that, especially in ISKCON, it is specifically referred to Srila Prabhupada. So we will just discuss something on about Vyasadeva and also about Sanatana Goswami, whatever time permits, that we will do. So here, this is the verse where about Vyasadeva, how did he appear? So about that is being mentioned in this verse. So it is said, usually a yuga is actually divided into 3 portions. It is said Sandhya Rupa, and then Yuga Rupa and Sandhyamsha. This is what Acharyas say. So that means these are the 3 divisions. So usually the beginning, the actual yuga is going to be in the middle portion, and the beginning and the end are going to be small. That is like they're like midday noon. When we say afternoon, it is like a midday noon where there is a hot sun. But actually, the in between morning and in noon, there is the gap overlap, so that they are like sandhyas. So in that sense, actually, when Vyasadeva was appearing, it was actually in this Sandhya time. And it is said it is a Sandhyamsha. That's what is being mentioned. So actually, it is said when Parashar Muni was wanting to go, actually he was just traveling in a boat. And there was this fisherman girl. So she was actually termed, her name was actually Matsya Gandha. Matsya Gandha means the smell. Gandha is smell. She was actually smelling like a fish. So actually, if we have, I'm not sure, though, when we have been passing by where there is a fish being sold or cooked, actually it's very, very difficult odor to
Yeah. So, but actually she had this odor. But it was said she was actually very beautiful. So, because actually she was also born of one of the apsaras. So, whatever the past may be. So, but she was born like that. So, she was not an ordinary girl. So, but somehow she happened to be, she had got a curse, something like that, where she was born in a fish body. And then she was later taken care by all in a fisherman family. And then and she was doing that occupation of rowing the boats. And Parashar Muni was actually traveling, and he understood, oh, this is a time now for the appearance of Lord. So at this moment, so he asked, of course, this is very divine encounter. So actually, we should be able to see this as a divine leela of the Lord. So Parashar Muni asked Satyavati that this is actually a very wonderful time for the appearance of Lord, and he requested that he will they can unite and they can beget the Supreme Lord in the womb of Satyavati. And actually, she was afraid, but Parashamani assures that she would remain virgin. So then immediately, actually, Parashamani, he created an island, and actually it was like a bank of two rivers, and in that island, actually Satyavati gave birth to this child of Vyasdev. And that's why he is actually named as, and he was named as Krishna because his body was of dark complexion, and also he was named as Dvaipayana because he appeared on a Dvipa. So that's why his name is Krishna Dvaipayana Vyasa. So then yeah, so then this is how Vyasdev actually appeared in this world. Now, actually, I was just happening to hear, and then also Parashar Muni tells that do not doubt about this child, and treat him like an ordinary child. He is actually the incarnation of the Supreme Lord, and he's going to become the spiritual master of the whole world. And he's going to write innumerable literatures. And also, he will have many disciples. And he will divide all the he will divide the Vedas into 4 parts. Like that, he'll glorify. And then Satyavati was also happy, and at the same time, she was actually, she remained virgin. And there, I was just happening to hear Haldar Swami Maharaj, one of the lecture. There, Haldar Maharaj was mentioning what is the meaning of Guru. Actually, according to Shastras, it is said each of these words have a specific meaning, Gu and Ru. So there, Maharaj was mentioning Guru Shabdastu Andhakaraha Syat. He was mentioning Gu means actually it indicates Andhakara. And then Gu Shabdastu Andhakara Syat, Ru Shabdas Tan Nirodhakaha. So Ru Shabdas Tan Nirodhakaha. That means the darkness is being dispelled. The whatever darkness is there, that is Andhakara, Gu, that is actually being dispelled, Nirodhakaha. So that is actually indicated by the word Ru. And then it says, Andhakara Nirodhatvat Guru Rityabhidiyate. That means Andhakara, who is Guru? The meaning of Guru is one who can remove this Andhakara. That's how he is actually being termed as Guru. So that's what is the definition for Guru. Now, of course, we actually, when we begin our prayers, we start offering our prayers by Om Ajnana Timirandasya. So that is a simpler version of this. I think this is a Upanishad verse. I don't know. But this is a simpler version of. So there it says Gnana Anjana Shalakaya. With our ignorance actually is being removed by Gnana Anjana. So that's how actually we need to be very grateful on this particular day for having received divine knowledge. So Vyasadeva Of course, we know many pastimes of Vyasadeva. Of course, in Srimad Bhagavatam, there is a detailed description of Vyasadeva compiling all the literatures, and especially his goal was to especially for the humanity. Lokasya janato vidvams chakre satya samhita. Actually, because the entire world was actually bereft of transcendental knowledge. To give this transcendental knowledge, actually, he wrote innumerable literatures. But at the same time, he wrote so much of he included so much of material knowledge also in that. So because of which he was not satisfied. So that's how later on the entire pastime of Narad Muni coming in and guiding Vyasadeva. So if you can see, even Vyasadeva himself, though he's an incarnation, he is also accepting a guru. He is not considering him now. I'm an incarnation, so now I will do whatever. So even then, he is actually humbling himself in front of Narad Muni, and he is receiving guidance. So that is a one that is considered to be one of the best. That's why it is said even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he is coming as incarnation, he is accepting a guru. So when Lord also appears, he accepts a guru. So actually, Vyasadeva is actually indicating that. And Vyasadev's one more I was just happening to hear. So we will, I think we'll just discuss about Sanatan Goswami, and then because we don't have so much of time. So, so today is also the disappearance of Sanatana Goswami. It is said the entire lineage of Sanatana Goswami is such that Kumara, the father of Sanatana Goswami is Kumaradev, and he had many sons. Of them, three were very prominent, and they are said to be Amar, Santosh, and Vallabha. So Amar is Sanatana Goswami, and Santosh is Rupa Goswami, and then Vallabha is Anupam. So these are the three sons, and they are considered to be very great devotees. And the son of Vallabha is, or Anupam is Jiva Goswami. So so actually, they were actually the ancestors of Kumaradev. Actually, they were all residing in Karnataka. So the place where we are all there in Karnataka now. So they were all residing here, but because of some differences between their brothers, so they actually left from here and they went and resided in Navadvip, Bengal region. And there, so when they were residing there in that region, so these two sons, Nawab Hussain Shah actually heard that these two sons of Amar and Santosh, actually they are very learned. They are actually very religious. They are very learned. They are very intelligent, and they have great skills of administration. So he told that if at all you want the entire Hindu community to be living peacefully, you both brothers have to become my you have to do administration of my kingdom. So then actually they were helpless. So they were thinking that if we do not do, just thinking of our own thing, actually we will make so many people actually suffer. So better we actually accept this proposal of Nawab, and then they accepted, and they were actually becoming and actually he gave them huge amounts of wealth. He gave them huge palaces, and he treated them, it is said, he treated them just like his own brothers. And and also he initiated them by name. The Vir Khas was Rupa Goswami, and Sakar Malik was Sanatan Goswami. So he initiated them into these Muslim names. So actually it is said, actually we cannot say, actually he degraded them. Of course they cannot be degraded, but he brought down their, and he imposed a Muslim kind of lifestyle and so many things. But at the same time, these two brothers, actually, they were actually such, they had such exalted nature, and they had exalted consciousness. They wanted to, wherever they were living, they wanted to create that Vrindavan. So in their own place of palaces, actually, they created their gardens with Vrindavan consciousness, everything of Radha Kund, Shama Kund, and many Govardhan, like this, and they actually planted so many of the Vrindavan trees in their own gardens. So they were actually not. So it is just like Krishna says, Padma Patram Ivambhasa. Though they were actually in such a condition, they actually displayed their highest Vaishnava virtues. So in that sense, and they were always waiting when they will actually be able to. Actually, what happened? One day there was a dream for Sanatana Goswami, where Sanatana Goswami, one Brahmana came in the dream, and he gave the divine literature of Srimad Bhagavatam. And on that same day, and as soon as he got up, and he when he received that book, he immediately got up, and he understood that it was just a dream. So he was actually lamenting. And then Sanatana Goswami saw on the same day, one Brahmana came, and he actually gifted the Srimad Bhagavatam. And he told that you please read this entirely, very absorbed. So then Sanatana Goswami actually felt this is the great treasure that I have received. And he read this literature, Srimad Bhagavatam, to his heart. And that's how he has actually glorified Srimad Bhagavatam. There is a very beautiful verses that he has composed in the glorification of Srimad Bhagavatam. And after reading, he was actually saying, he understood also from, and also one more thing, his father made these three brothers receive all shastrical learnings from various scholars of those times. It is said the brother of Sarvam Bhattacharya, Vidya Vachaspati, he actually personally taught these three brothers all the Vedic literatures. And also they learned that the Supreme Lord is there currently on the planet Earth. So they were actually wanting to meet. And later on, they knew that Supreme Lord is residing just in Navadvip. And somehow they were actually, that is the time they got to know also that Supreme Lord has left Navadvip, and he has taken sannyas, and he has gone to Puri. Actually, they were feeling so bad that actually we could not take Lord's darshan. And then there was a prophecy which they heard. The Supreme Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself told that just wait, I am going to return to Ramkeli, and you need not travel to take my darshan. I myself will come to Ramkeli, and there you will see me. And there, then Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, then after 5 years of that time, Lord visited Ramkeli, and that is the time actually Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami, they actually met Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and there they actually submitted in such a humble mood. Though they were actually great scholars, they were saying that we don't even know why we are suffering in this world. And all people are calling us as Panditas, but we also think ourselves as Panditas. So that means how much fallen are we? So like that, they were humbly presenting themselves in front of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also initiated them, and he gave them the names and Rupa and Sanatan. And then after that, so like this, they got initiated. And then we all know the pastime of how they both then escaped from Nawab Hussain Shah's rule, and then they all went to Vrindavan. So I would like to just highlight on one specific theme of where Sanatan Goswami encountered the deity of Madan Gopal. So that one particular instance I just want to highlight. So when Sanatan Goswami was living in Madhuvan, so there, that is, it is said, of course, there are different versions of the story, how Sanatan Goswami received this deity of Madan Gopal. It is said one pastime which we have, one version of this pastime which we have usually heard is from he received from that Chaube Brahmana. So another instance also is mentioned. There was just a minute. जय श्री श्री राधा नील माधव भगवान की जय, श्री श्री गौर निताय की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय. So when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when Sanatana Goswami was living in Mahavan, the birthplace of Krishna, there he was actually, usually he would be walking and he would actually find somebody to give him some chapatis, some rotis, and some chickpeas. So that's how he would maintain himself. And when he was doing like this, one small cowherd boy, he came and he told, "Oh Baba, I want to live with you." He told, I want to come wherever you go. And so actually Sanatana Goswami was very attracted to this boy. But he said, actually, you know, the state where I am, I just live under some tree. And what is my food? My food is just some dry rotis and some chickpeas. That's what I'm maintaining my life with. But if you come, what will you eat? He said, whatever you eat, that only I'll also eat. So this is what this boy told. And then Sanatana Goswami told, actually, you will not be able to sustain like that. You're still small boy. You go back with your parents and you stay with your mother and father. So no, that boy was actually very much reluctant. But somehow Sanatana Goswami little forced him and he asked him to leave. And that day night, Sanatana Goswami got a dream. And in that dream, he understood that this boy who came was none other than Krishna himself. And this boy was wanting to come and stay with him. So actually, Sanatana Goswami was feeling very sad after that. So then he he came out from his hut, and actually there was a deity of Madan Gopal. And actually there in the dream also this boy told, and I am going to stay with you only. I am not going to leave. So please, you worship me every day. So this is how this in the dream the Lord told. And this deity, that's how he took the deity and then he started worshipping. There is one version where it is mentioned how Sanatana Goswami received this Madan Gopal deity. And another version is also which we have heard is where Sanatana Goswami was actually passing by, and there he saw that there were some there was this Chaube Brahmana where he had his son Damodar, and he and this Madan Gopal, actually they were playing. And actually the kind of worship that their parents would do was in such a deep love of parental affection, Vatsalya Bhav. And this they would treat the Madan Gopal deity to be their own son. So they were actually treating the deity to be their son, and they were actually offering everything with so much of love. And so Lord remained. And it is said this Damodar and Madan Gopal deity, they would actually eat in the same plate. So that's how they were actually doing. And actually once Sanatana Goswami actually had corrected the Brahmanas, I think their mother, the Damodar's mother, and he had corrected saying that actually you cannot worship Supreme Lord like this. You are supposed to worship him in mood of you with lot of rules and regulations, with so much of reverence, all that he had mentioned. And then later on he understood that actually they were actually not ordinary devotees. And but still he told them, later on he told, okay, you continue as your worship. But actually Madan Gopal was not actually happy at this point of time, because their mother, the Brahmani, she was actually treating the Lord now in a little reverential mood. So then Madan Gopal told that actually you allow me to go with Sanatana Goswami. From now I want to be worshipped by Sanatana Goswami. So then Sanatana Goswami also was happy to bring this deity. And there, but then again, he was thinking, actually, Madan Gopal, what will I offer to that deity? Means to the Lord. I just have this rotis. And then the deity, one day, it asked, the deity, the Lord asked, Madan Gopal asked Sanatana Goswami, actually, every day you are just feeding me this atta. There is no salt also in that. So at least you can put a little salt. And then Sanatana Goswami was saying, now you are asking salt, and later on you will ask to put ghee also. So actually, actually my master, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, has asked me to write so many literature. And if I start begging, and if I start going to all these rich people's home and ask them to get some salt and get little ghee, I have to keep doing this service only. And I'll not be able to do the service of which Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has told me to write the literatures. So then, but at the same time, Madan Gopal was not actually happy. Of course, he was happy with his devotion, but he was, and at the same time, Sanatana Goswami was also feeling bad that I am unable to serve Madan Gopal and his request. At that time, Lord himself arranged. So sometimes, if we have, so it is said, if we have a desire that we want to serve Lord in a much better way, at the time we may not have the facility. But Lord, seeing that the devotee is actually desiring and also is trying his best, at that time, Lord actually arranges many situations through which he himself will arrange for his own service. So then what happened? There was this one merchant, Krishnadas Kapoor, his name. So he had a huge wealth which he was carrying in a ocean. I think in a Ganga river, not ocean. So there, when it was being carried, there was a huge flood, and his boat got stuck, and he was actually feeling very much dejected. This Krishnadas Kapoor later heard from somebody that there is one Baba here who is actually very great saint, so you can go and meet him. So immediately Krishnadas Kapoor came, and he bowed down to Sanatana Goswami, and he told, actually, can you do one favor to me? Then this Sanatana Goswami said, I am actually a beggar, mendicant. What can favor I do to you? Then he told, no, actually my boat has got stuck. If you can pray to Madan Gopal. Then Sanatana Goswami told this Krishnadas Kapoor, you yourself pray to Madan Gopal. And Madan Gopal is actually very merciful. He will help you. Then this Krishnadas Kapoor prayed, saying that you actually, if at all you save this me at this time, whatever profits I have got, I am going to engage it in your service. Then actually after that, his entire boat was actually saved from that flood. And actually, naturally, by the course of the flood, it had come on its banks, and it was very safe. Then immediately Krishnadas Kapoor, he took out the wealth, and he gave it to Sanatana Goswami, and he actually constructed a huge temple for this deity. And then Sanatana Goswami actually initiated this Krishnadas Kapoor at the same time. Then this deity, actually now this deity is there in Jaipur, Karoli. So in this one past time I'll tell and I'll end. So this Madan Gopal deity, or now it is Madan Mohan deity. So there, actually it was earlier there in Vrindavan. And then later on, the daughter of king of Jaipur, she was actually very much attached. She was very much attached to worshipping and serving Madan Mohan. At that time, she told that you give this deity to me as a dowry when I'm going back. At that time, the king was not actually very happy. But at the same time, he told that if at all you are able to, I will keep thousands of deities. And then if you are able to identify Madan Mohan, then you can take. And then actually, because she was also not an ordinary devotee, so there was an agreement between the deity and this daughter. Then the deity had told her that you can touch my arm and it will be very soft. And then you can identify that is actually the deity. So then actually she was successful in identifying amongst thousands of deities. She was able to identify this one deity to be the original deity. And he was also very happy. And then finally, this deity is actually moved to Karoli in Jaipur. So, so this is how the pastime of Sanadan Goswami. And any of these acharyas, their disappearance is actually very painful for the devotees, because they have done so much of they have contributed such great literatures. They have contributed such a great amount of spiritual knowledge and strength in all the devotees to come in future in the sampradaya. So they remain like beacon lights for all of us. So actually, without their mercy and without their prayers, we can hardly do anything. We can hardly do any progress in our spiritual life. So it is a very wonderful time for us to offer our humble prayers at their lotus feet and also seek their blessings, so that we will be able to make tiny advancement and also become like their servants. So it is a very wonderful opportunity for us. So thank you all very much. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Don't know in detail. Of course, one literature which we know all very much is Brihad Bhagavatamrita. And 10th canto summary. Huh? What? I also don't know. Of course, I don't know in detail. Yeah, but of course, other devotees can add any other. One is 10th canto in detail. Yes, written. Any other project? Because when she touched,
you touch that hand will go down.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, here in GV, the flute itself is like this, huh? Flute only bent. Yeah. Yeah. Glorified. Biologically. That is abhushan for Lord. Amar is Sanatana. Santosh is Rupa. That is for Sakarma. Sakarma. To Sanatana. We are asking for the benefit of all the devotees. True, I understand. Huh? Sorry. Yeah. Yeah, it is actually very thankful for your question because yeah, I think time up also.
All the instructions.
He says that you one actually of course two one instruction before and one instruction later. Later instruction is little more helpful, I feel. Is he told you excavate the holy places, you write transcendental literatures, and you set a Vaishnava behavior and lifestyle, and and what else? Write transcendental literature, set Vaishnava behavior, and also build temples. है ना? Build. Establish holy places as a place of worship. Yeah. So like this. So I think that is for, which will be immediately relevant for us. Thank you. Yeah. Dasha that is then Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami ke liye, in Varanasi only, I think that Chandrasekhar Acharya's home when he came.